I was browsing YouTube and I saw this video. I remember the name of the YouTuber. Her name was Kalina Edwards.
Right.
I don't know if you're familiar with Kalina Edwards,
I'm
but
not, but I will look her up. Shout out to
yeah, well,
Kalina.
she had a she had an interesting story as well. But basically, she's this lovely African American girl from the States, and she had this video, and it was called, I believe, "My First Week as a Web Developer." And she was vlogging basically and talking about her new job and how interesting it is, and how she loves it. So immediately I was like, well, I've done a bit of programming back in high school. I don't have a college degree, by the way, in
Right.
anything. High school diploma, that's all I have. So I did my research, and I actually found out that you don't need a degree to become a developer. So I was like, okay, I might give this a try. So I gave it a try. Tried learning HTML and CSS on Codecademy.
Right. Right.
And after like a week, all of this is happening, by the way, whilst having a full-time job.
Right.
After like a week, I think I got into like classes, something like that, CSS classes, and making layouts with floats.
Right.
And I don't think I did Flexbox. Yeah, with floats. And
Yeah.
basically I told myself, like, this is way too difficult for me. This is way too difficult. And I gave up. I gave up.
Right.
And after 2 weeks or some time, I believe it was like a week or two, I went back to it and I watched the video again,
Sure.
the Kalina Edwards video, and I watched more of her videos where she was talking about how she was switching careers and she was learning on Team Treehouse.
Right.
And I was like, okay. This girl she had a similar story. Like she clearly didn't have any technical or tech background, rather. So I was like, this is totally doable. And it's just me being lazy. It's just me being lazy and not wanting to put in the work.
Right.
So I made a promise to myself that evening. It was an evening. I remember that. And I was like, I'm going to learn this stuff. And it might take a year. It might take 2 years. It might take 3 years, but I'm going to learn this and I'm going to make it a career, because what do I have to lose? I'll stay in this job. And
what were you doing in that job to begin with? What was that thing?
It was a very interesting job for the first 2 weeks. And it was called, the job title sounds interesting, but it really is not. It's called Fraud Prevention and Compliance Analyst.
Okay.
Basically, I was working for this company. We were getting e-commerce orders, and there was some, let's say, system in place that would, I'll skip the details. Basically, I was checking orders that would come in manually and screen if the companies that were ordering stuff from us were legitimate companies and not fraudulent entities.
Okay. So completely nothing to do with writing
Absolutely
code.
Nothing to do with code, nothing to do with programming, nothing to do with web development, completely unrelated.